take you to the bottom of the first when we come back. All right, welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana. We are in the bottom of the first now with the Indiana Hoosiers coming up to bat. On the mound for the Butler Bulldogs is John MacCauley. So far this year, he's thrown one inning with one strikeout.
Yeah, it hasn't seen much action today. But last year, as a freshman, made 15 appearances and one start, a 6.48 ERA in 16.2 innings. So, not the best of stats, but he's going to be looking to improve that number this year, as he faces a pretty formidable first batter in Matt Gorski, all Big Ten last year, and he's already hitting 294. So a very good start to Gorski's year.
Gorski, 2 home runs on the year, one yesterday. He looks at a strike there in the zone.
Started 58 games in left field last year, did Gorski. Led the Hoosiers in batting average with 356 and in hits as well as total bases. So a very potent offensive player last year, Matt Gorski.
Right, one of the biggest offensive weapons at the top of this Hoosier lineup.
Interesting strategy from Jeff Mercer. Usually, as Gorski looks at that pitch for a strike, usually you put your best hitter second as you can get more bets, but I guess Coach Mercer thinks he can get more out of Gorski in the leadoff spot.
Nothing like coming out strong against an opponent. The count is 1-2 now, looking for a strikeout here from MacCauley. MacCauley gets Gorski swinging, goes over to McGrath at third. McGrath, he loses it.
Close. That just foul.
Yeah, just barely goes foul. Right at the end there. If it had just scooted back and hit the base, then Gorski would have had a hit, but
McGrath must have got the call from his shortstop Jaros to leave it, and he made a pretty athletic play there to avoid touching that ball as it was in fair territory, and it just rolled foul.
interesting play, but the count stays 1-2 for Gorski, who steps back into the box now, looking to make that an actual hit this time. All right, the pitch from MacCauley. Gorski looks at that one high in the zone. 2-2 count.
Took something off there. I believe that was the first off-speed pitch that MacCauley has thrown today.
Gorski fouls that one back.
It's coming right at me.
Any lower and it would have hit our window here.
Yeah. An interesting thing I've noticed about this Hoosier lineup, but Jeff Mercer, as this pitch is swung on and grounded foul. Jeff Mercer's alternated the right-left of this lineup, righty-lefty, all the way on down. It's a bit of an interesting strategy, I guess, just to give the pitcher a different look each at bat.
Yeah, it keeps the pitcher off balance. That Butler can't really put a pitcher out there that's better at righties or lefties because it doesn't really matter. Gorski fouls another one off, staying alive in this at-bat with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, making them work again, like we said last inning. Good way to get a pitcher up there in pitch count. Just keep fouling it off, keep fighting, and eventually you'll get one to hit.
Right. Look for your pitch, make sure it's good, and that's all Gorski's doing right here. Gorski looks in, and he watches that ball go down and outside. Another off-speed pitch from MacCauley.
Yeah, work the count full Gorski has now.
All right, here's the payoff pitch. Gorski watches that one for a strikeout, and MacCauley has the first out of the inning for these Butler Bulldogs. And Gorski, the look on his face shows he knew that was a bad pitch to look at.
Yeah, it's right on the inside corner. Really good placement there from MacCauley to paint that corner. That's a tough pitch to swing at because you know you're not going to get much on it.
All right, and here is Cade Bunnell now, number 4 for the Indiana Hoosiers up to bat.
Bunnell, a 133 hitter this year.
He watches that one go by for a strike.
Appeared in 12 games last year, 3 at second base, had a pinch hit single against Butler last year. So, a bit of a spot start infielder. Again, a lefty, like we said, that righty-lefty trend today.
Bunnell, the second baseman. A 1-1 count for him. He watches another ball go in for a strike. That was a good off-speed pitch there from MacCauley.
I really planted it on that outside corner. When you get that backdoor breaking ball working, that can work. That can open up a whole bunch of other stuff for you.
Oh, yeah. Here comes MacCauley to the plate again. Good eye there from Bunnell on that pitch.
Yeah, it looked close.
2-2 count now. Bunnell swings and misses hard on that one. That's 2 outs now, 2 strikeouts for John MacCauley.
Yeah, pretty good start here. Just blew that one by Bunnell. A fastball that just couldn't catch up to it.
All right, here is Logan Khalitha now, the center fielder.
Senior out of Michigan City, Indiana. Last year started 59 games in center field, hit 261, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs this year. A 208 hitter. Just returned from the lineup from a hamstring injury, so the Hoosiers will be welcoming him back. His first appearance was yesterday in the home opener.
All right, good to have him back in this lineup for this Hoosier team. He watches that one go by for a strike. It's a 1-1 count now with 2 outs in this inning. Butler trying to repay the favor of a scoreless inning. MacCauley paints a picture with that one on the outside corner for a second strike.
Khalitha didn't like that one. It looked a little outside to me, but apparently not to Jason Stidham, our home plate umpire today.
And that's another pitch looking, another strikeout looking for MacCauley. All right, we will come back for the top of the second. All right, everybody, welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana. We have a tied game here, 0-0 in the top of the second. Butler coming up to bat now with Robbie McCarger, the designated hitter, number 5. All right, welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana. We are going into the bottom of the second. John MacCauley still on the mound for Butler. Up to bat for the Hoosiers will be Matt Lloyd. And Matt Lloyd, his senior season, picked on many lists in the preseason, all Big Ten preseason team. Looking to have a big senior year here for these Hoosiers.
Yeah, he second team All-American last year, all Big Ten first team, great utility player for these Hoosiers. Hasn't gotten off to the greatest of starts, though, only 190 in 21 at-bats, so a pretty cold start for him, 10 strikeouts. So he'll be looking to improve as this season goes on, but now he can make a good start by trying to dig out this 2-0 deficit that Butler took in the last half inning.
All right, the senior first baseman fouls one off into the net to get this at-bat started. John MacCauley, an absolutely dominant first inning with 3 strikeouts, 3 up, 3 down. No nonsense about it, looking to replicate that performance here in the second. Another foul for Matt Lloyd, and the count is quickly at 0-2.
He's being aggressive, and when you're struggling, sometimes you're a little more aggressive. You just want to hit, and you want to start getting hot, so you start swinging at everything. And I would think maybe a pitch out of the zone is coming because he's 0-2 and he's got a couple of pitches to play with.
All right, MacCauley gets him to pop up. The third baseman McGrath goes over, having trouble tracking it down. He's not going to be able to. That ball seemed to move at the last second for McGrath, who was diving at the end for it.
There's a lot of foul territory over there. Over by that third base side, and with this gray sky, it can be a little tough to track the ball. So I think that's what happened. McGrath's just losing it in the clouds, and it'll plop down for a foul ball.
And it's decently windy outside too, so I'm pretty sure that played a part. But still an 0-2 count. Lloyd getting a lucky break there. Here comes MacCauley trying to get that out, but it's a ball down low. It's a 1-2 count. Lloyd trying to make him pay for that mistake over there at third base. And Lloyd gets a hit. That's out to Dahl, the second baseman, who's going to get it to Christman at first for the out.
Yeah, they had a bit of a shift on. Actually, Dahl out there in short right field, Yaros over by the second base bag, but it worked, so they were able to get the out.
All right, that is 1 out in the inning. And now here is Cole Barr for the Indiana Hoosiers, who already has 3 home runs this season.
Yeah, Barr off to a pretty good start. The sophomore out of Yorktown, Indiana. He's at 217 and 23 at-bats.
Barr watches that one go low for a ball.
Appeared in 22 games last year in his freshman season, making 9 starts at second and third.
And Barr had a home run yesterday in a game against Cincinnati. He watches that one go by for a strike, 1-1 count. MacCauley so far replicating that performance, but a little less dominant as it was. Another strike there for MacCauley. A 1-2 count.
3 of Barr's 5 hits on the season have been home runs, so a bit of a power surge as of late.
Hey, that's a pretty cool stat to be able to say that. I've got 5 hits and the majority are home runs, but there's a strikeout for Barr. That's 2 outs now in the inning. MacCauley with 4 on the day.
Yeah, he went up high there, got Barr to swing and miss. He looks really in control right now. He's picking his spots, he's executing pitches, and he's pitching very well through these first couple innings.
All right, here's the DH for Indiana, Sam Crail, hitting
Sam Crail,
214.
the sophomore out of Sheridan, Indiana, 214 this year, as you said, 3 hits and 14 at bats.
That's going to be a ball. Rolls between the legs of Hewitt back there.
He has 1 triple on the year and 1 run scored. Last year he appeared in 29 total games, 10 hits, including 2 multi-hit games, primarily as a pinch hitter, so getting a start today.
He fouls that one off. A 1-1 count for Sam Crail now.
We remarked about the righty-lefty alternate in this lineup, but MacCauley seems to be handling it pretty well so far.
All right, 4 strikeouts and 26 pitches. Pretty good start for MacCauley here. And that's a strike there to Sam Crail. It's a 1-2 count. Trying to end this inning and get their offense back out there, try to get some more runs for this Bulldog team. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Crail watches that one for a ball.
Good take there from Crail not to swing on that pitch out of the zone.
Right, a lower pitch can be tempting for batters to go down there and get, but Crail not biting on that one. Crail watches another strike go by, and that is the 5th strikeout on the day for John MacCauley. We will be back. It is 2-0 here at Bart Kaufman Field with Butler leading the way. All right, everybody, welcome back to Indiana here